back to our channel. If you know us at all, you know that one of the main reasons that we originally got a platform was talking about our relationship. We're 23 and 24 years old. We got married at 22 and 23. We've been together since we were 18 and 19. That was kind of like our whole platform when we started making content.
So people often ask us how we maintain our relationship. We thought we'd just come on here and maybe talk about it a bit.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about ways to keep your young relationship healthy and exciting. Changes, problems, good times, bad times, everything in between. Number one, you're going to have to make sacrifices for the other person that other people in your life who are around your age are not making.
Oh, yeah.
If you're in college, for example, and your friends are maybe going out, obviously you can go out. There are going to be certain nights where you're going to have to sacrifice those experiences for spending one-on-one time with your partner and building that relationship and building that trust between the two of you. Honey, don't crack my fingers during the video.
You didn't say that was a rule. Rules. Just want to put this out there. This is obviously us speaking from our experience. We've also gotten a lot of backlash because we've put the rules of our relationship in our marriage out there and people either hate it or love it. This is just what works for us. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Do what you want with this, but this is what works for us.
You want to add anything to that?
No. Second is forgiveness. I think this is probably the most important one of all. This does not have to do with a young relationship,
no,
straight relationship, gay relationship. If you're planning on spending a lifetime with someone, I mean, nobody's perfect. I can't imagine what our relationship would look like if we did not have forgiveness.
We wouldn't have one.
However, this is not to say cheating is acceptable and you should forgive that. This is not to say things of that nature. However, arguments and things like that, disagreements, it's been essential for us to be very forgiving. At the end of the day, when you look at that relationship versus that argument, it's like, how many times are you going to choose, no, this argument is more important than the safety or the sanctity of my relationship? It's just never worth it.
Next month, are you going to remember the details of why you had that argument? I always see those TikToks, like the really old couples walking down the street, and people caption it, how many times do you think they had to forgive each other to get to this point? This one is really specific to if you are going to be together from a young age. Understand that the other person and yourself, you're both going to change. Even if you think you're not going to change, you are going to change. And it's not going to be in huge ways necessarily, but even small ways that you don't think would necessarily impact you greatly. And that's totally okay, but you have to be willing to let the other person grow and let yourself grow. Don't put either one of you in a box. I think one of the main reasons that young relationships get so much criticism is like people say, well, how do you know who you're going to be in 5 years and if you're still going to want to be with this person? And that's a good point, but you have to make a decision as a couple that no matter what changes, as long as it's something that is a healthy change, you have to decide that that's going to be something that you're okay with. Everyone has non-negotiables. If someone really wanted children and then it changed that they didn't want children at all, of course maybe that's a little bit different because that's an entire life decision. When it comes to ways that you like to spend your days, ways that you communicate, that's going to change and that's okay.
I read a quote not too long ago. I'm not necessarily sure how I feel about it, but it's prevalent to what we're talking about now. If you choose to spend the rest of your life with someone, be prepared to attend 1,000 small funerals. I thought that was incredibly cryptic when I first read it. I was reading through the comments and I was reading the rest of the caption that this person posted, and what they meant by that is exactly what Callie's saying. You choose one person to be with forever is a long freaking time. We've been together since we were 18 or 19 years old and we plan on having a relationship that lasts. We are going to change, probably drastically. However, I think at our core, obviously we hope that the person that you fell in love with in the beginning still has the same heart. We don't have to get into it in this video, but there are things about Callie that when we first got together were essential to her. They were things about her personality or things about her lifestyle that she was set. Fast forward 5 to 6 years later, that's not who she is anymore.
Change can be really, really hard. I don't like change just as a person. There's a difference between like just being uncomfortable in a change and then genuinely knowing this change is not for me. Next one, never stop hanging out with your partner like they are your best friend. Like, we do everything together. Obviously, we do the serious relationship things. We go on our formal dates, pay the bills. Well, Dee Dee pays the bills. But we also just randomly are like, oh, do you want to go shopping? Oh, do you want to go on a hike?
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
I just did my makeup.
I'm so sorry. You're so pretty.
Well, as you can see, we love to do fun things together. And going off of that, another point that I wrote down here is make sure that you always update each other on things, just like your day-to-day life things. Because I think especially if you're living together, it can be really easy to just not really tell each other about your days every day, but before you know it, it's been a week and you haven't really talked about your days. I always like to tell Dee about my days as if I were talking to a best friend that I haven't talked to in a week. That's how you stay close. That's how you keep your relationship feeling like they're your best friend.
Especially with me starting a new job, I've found that it's really important to talk to you, even about the small details that I don't think she'll necessarily care about. I still mention it and I still blabber off about it, just so she knows that I'm always going to want to talk to you about my day and the small things.
Next, surprise each other whenever you can.
Which is ironic because Callie hates surprises.
I don't really like surprises, but I don't like surprises in the sense of like, I don't like when someone plans a whole ordeal around me and I don't know about it, because I like to know what I'm going to be doing with my days. Surprising me with flowers or surprising me with my favorite food. The other day when I asked her to be my Valentine, I surprised her by making a pillow fort like we used to when we first started dating. It's just exciting. Like, who doesn't want to come home to a fresh vase of flowers?
Being your partner's biggest cheerleader. I know I said the forgiveness one is really important, but this one it means a lot. As you guys know, people hate on you. You probably see it in some of our comments. People are going to hate on you in real life. People are going to hate on, no matter what. If there's one thing that's for sure, people are going to hate. So just knowing that you have a built-in cheerleader, you have a built-in supporter for life, it's definitely gotten me through so many tough times. I'm not worried about who's not clapping for me because she's clapping so freaking loud. I don't even recognize the people that aren't cheering for me, or I don't worry. I drown the rest out and just focus on her. So being your spouse's biggest cheerleader can go a long freaking way.
It gets you through.
Thank you so much.
Thank you too. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions or comments about this video, leave them below. And don't forget to subscribe because we're kind of obsessed with making YouTube videos now. We're posting 3 times a week, every week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, 5 p.m.
You want these videos to be longer? Let us know. Shorter? Let us know. More coming your way.
Love you guys.